Hi, everybody. It's Craig and Arun back with your Friday. Was it like Friday? It's like, a promotion guy. It's Friday, the 21st of November, and got a big football weekend starting today. But don't forget about the NBA here. We've got a couple specials for you. First special, the 2-for-1 football pass. So you can get both of our plays. I had 8 out this week. I see you had 6, right?
Yep.
So 14 football plays. I have one up for Friday, FYI, and then we have posts on Saturday and Sunday as well. So you get all the plays for this weekend, all 14 plays for just $99. It's usually $99 each. So the only way to get that deal, docsports.com/Craig Arun. And if you want to get in on our extra plays, these are all the extra plays that don't make our cards. You go over to the YouTube premium level. It's just $49.99. That'll get you all 3. That's only per month. So for what, $1.60, $1.70 a day, you're getting all these levels, which ends up being over 200 plays a month, about $3,000 worth of picks. So make sure you check that out. The link is in the description to sign up. Don't forget, we also have NBA and college basketball. IC's been real hot with hoops. You can buy those over at the website as well. So make sure you get in on over there. Those are plays, especially during the week when we don't have as much football. So
Craig, 19-10 to start. No, 20-10 to start the season in NBA, plus 3,200. 12-4 to start college basketball for plus 3,600.
So NBA Cup, 9 games for today. And we start with the Pacers and the Cavaliers. Cavaliers favored by 13.5, total of 238.5. And we look at the standings for this bracket, and the Cavaliers are 1-1. They're behind the Raptors that are 2-0, and the Pacers are 0-2. What do you like here, IC?
What I'll tell you about this, look, the Pacers obviously tanking for Halliburton, right? They know that Halliburton's going to be out for the year. They're going to save that extra pick, and they're going to try to do what the Tim Duncan, David Robinson situation was with the Spurs. These two teams have not met this year. Pacers are 2-13. They finally beat Charlotte as a 2-point dog just to get the NBA off their back, it feels like. But they finally won at home because they're like, well, it is. We should probably win one game, right? So they've had 10 guys in the box score in their last game. But the NBA Cup might be one of those things where they kind of show up. Now, the Cavs come off of a loss against Houston, 104-115. That was a game where the Cavs, they got outscored by about 6 in the fourth quarter. But Houston also shot like 46% from the field. I don't really like this game, to be honest with you. The first thing that, kind of snuck out at me was the total was sitting at 238.5. I remember games back in the day when the Pistons games with Billups and Brendan Wallace and Tayshaun Prince was at 178. So the fact that these totals are this high are just insane. What do you want to do here? Do you want to you want to fade the Pacers off of a loss? Do you want to take the Cavs here coming off of a loss, or take the Pacers off of a win? Take the Cavs here off of a loss? What I would tell you is that if you take a look at the total, Cleveland only had 104 points in their last game. I think they'll bounce back on the offensive end. I think Indiana running 10 deep at this point. They'll have a lot of points too. They're not interested in playing any sort of defense. Do you know Indiana has given up 152, 133, 129, and 127? 118 points their last game is considered a good defensive performance for them. Give me the over in this game. Craig, you have Brooklyn, the Nets here, plus 15-point dog. There's some big lines this week. Or tomorrow. Boston did beat them 113-99 early this year. Brooklyn's off of that loss, right? 99-113. They just lost to this team 2 days ago. And Boston, of course, has now won 3 in a row. Who do you like?
Well, Boston's 1-1 in their bracket, and of course the Nets are 0-2. And they just played, what was that? Tuesday, these two teams played? Yeah. 14-point win. Now it's more. And the reason why it's more because there's a point differential for tiebreakers in the Cup. So what people are assuming is Boston's going to be up late, and they're not going to, pull off the press, as they say in college basketball. They're going to keep going to win as many. So I see that. I just think it's too many points for a Boston team that has struggled a little bit this year. I know they're on a 3-game winning streak. I'm going to take the Nets here plus the points. 15 points is a lot in the NBA. So give me the Nets. Not a huge play, but I just can't lay 15 points with the Celtics team that's been pretty inconsistent on the year, basically a 500 team. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on all the great content we have here at Doc Sports. Next game, we got the Wizards at the Raptors. Raptors minus 13, total 240.5. And don't look now, Toronto's 2-0 in their bracket. So if they keep winning, they win tonight, they're probably setting up for a pretty good spot. What do you like here with the Raptors, big favorite here of 13?
I like the Wizards, right? Doesn't that make sense to you? The Wizards lost to Minnesota 109 to 120. Washington is now running, Craig, around 9 deep, right? Bagley, Kulabay, Middleton, George, McCollum's back, right? Vujovic, you have Whitmore and Johnson and Carrington. I mean, this team is running about 1, 2. I take it back. They're running about 9 deep. Yeah, running about 9 deep. And if you're Washington, you're not going to the playoffs and you're 1-13. Is this not your Super Bowl? Would you not try to win this game outright? This is the very reason why this NBA Cup was invented for teams like Washington who will have something to play for because the regular season is terrible. Toronto comes off a nice win against Philadelphia. That's a big win for this team. And I think as they return back home, and that was a game where they shot 54% from the field. I absolutely love Washington. It might even make my card tomorrow. I think they're going to hang tough plus the 13. I think they'll probably lose by 8 or 10. I'm going to back the Wizards. Craig, Miami here plus 2.5-point dog against the Bulls. Miami is 9-6. Chicago is 8-6. These two teams haven't met this year. Miami comes off nice back-to-back wins against Golden State and New York. Chicago comes off nice wins against Portland and Denver. Both these teams come off fantastic wins. Who do you like here on a total of, ready for this? 249.
These teams both are high scoring, so I can see it. And their defense is a little suspect, which is crazy from what Spoelstra is kind of known for and the Heat are known for. Both of these teams are 1-1 in their division, and they're behind Milwaukee in their bracket of the Cup but remember, Milwaukee's going to be without Giannis, it sounds like, for a few weeks. So probably they're going to lose. And right now the Heat have a plus 10 differential. So if the Heat win this game and win impressively, they have a very good chance to win this bracket. The Knicks are in this bracket as well. They are 1-1 as well. So this game will go a long way, I think, to decide who wins. I like the Heat in this spot. Bam's back. They still are without Hero, which I wish they had Hero. But, at this point of the year, there's a lot of people banged up. I like Miami in this point plus 2.5. I think it's going to be a really close game, so you're giving me points. I think they'll win. But, hey, I think this could be a really close game. So give me the Heat plus the points in this one. Crazy to say this, I think the over's the play as well if you play the total at 249. Next game, we got the Pelicans and the Mavericks. These are two of the worst teams in the league. 4-12, the Mavs, 2-13, New Orleans. Dallas is favored by 3, total of 231.5. I did not see Dallas being this bad. They're 0-2 in their bracket, and the Pelicans are 0-2. Someone has to win in a cup game here. Who do you like?
Yeah, look, Anthony Davis continues to be out. I guess Dallas is going to tank this year too. Why not? And then add to Cooper Flag. At this point, they're going to have Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, Cooper Flag, another first-round draft pick. You're just going to keep adding onto this miserable season. Do you know New Orleans beat this team last time, 101 to 99? New Orleans actually played well against Denver. They played well against Oklahoma City. They've covered back-to-back games coming in. And I actually think they're playing quite well. And you have New Orleans here. Zion did play in his last game, and New Orleans would love him. They ran about 9 deep as well. New Orleans would love nothing more. And they only shot, 21% from three-point land, and they still covered that game. Dallas, of course, comes into back-to-back losses against the Knicks and Minnesota. The problem for Dallas is that they lack depth, Marshall had to score 23 and Russell had to score 23. But even though Dallas has revenge here, I still like the Pelicans here. I think anytime Zion is on the court, this team can beat anybody. And for an NBA Cup, I'm going to take the Pelicans plus the 3, even though Dallas has revenge. By the way, 73% is on Dallas. It's a great public fade as well. Hey, Craig, Minnesota minus 3.5-point chalk against Phoenix. Know that these two teams have not met this year. By the way, Minnesota has won this game the last 8 times that they've played. Minnesota comes in back-to-back wins over Washington, and Dallas didn't cover against Washington, though. And then you have a Phoenix team that's been a bit of a surprise. They're 9-6, big win against Portland. They've won 8 of their last 10. Who do you like here?
Yeah, the Minnesota's actually up in this bracket, and this is a bracket with OKC, but they've only played one game just like Phoenix. So Phoenix has only played 1, Minnesota's played 2, and they're 2-0. I like the Suns in this matchup. I thought this line should be higher, to be very honest. So I think when you see that, there's a little respect there. I thought this line should be 4.5 to 5. And I was thinking the Suns were the play. At 3.5, I think it's a little suspiciously low. That usually means you should be on that team that's suspiciously low. Give me the Phoenix Suns plus 3.5. Booker's playing really good right now. I believe it's Daniels is out for Minnesota, and that's their best defender. That is a big deal, especially when you're paying Devin Booker, and he can go off. Give me a Booker and the Suns plus the 3.5.
How's it? Sign up for our free $60 of the premium selections, which is DocSports.com/ICCT. You get free $60 of the premium selection so you can try us out. It's the best way to kind of thank us for all the hard work that we do, along with liking and subscribing and joining on YouTube Premium.
Next game, Nuggets and the Rockets. Rockets 9-1. They're the hottest team in the league. They're 10-3 overall, facing an 11-3 Denver. Houston's -2 favorite, total 234.5. As far as the standings are so far, both of these teams are 1-1. In fact, their whole bracket is 1-1. Denver, Houston, San Antonio, Portland, and Golden State are all 1-1 when it comes to their cup standings for their bracket. What do you like here?
Well, Denver beat New Orleans 125-118 last time. That was a good game for them. It was a it was a game where Denver did not cover that contest, but did shoot 55% from the field to their credit. Then you have a Houston team that rolls in that's 10-3. I mean, they beat Cleveland, Orlando, Portland, and Washington. They played really well. They've lost to this Denver team the last 2 times that they've played them as well. I think at some point this team is going to get it done. And I like Houston here. I just don't think they lose to them 3 times in a row, right? They got swept by them last year pretty much, or they lost back-to-back times. I just want to let you know that no team, it's been a long time since one of these teams has beaten the other 3 straight times. I'm going to back the Rockets here on the money line against the Denver Nuggets. Craig, Oklahoma City here, -16-point favorite against Utah. And that's the reason. And the reason for that is Oklahoma City in the NBA Cup standings is about, a 23-point differential to Minnesota, the 1 seed, and the Phoenix Suns are right behind them too. So they might want to win by a wider margin. Oklahoma City is a -16-point favorite. The last time they played them, Craig, they beat them 145-111, which is crazy. This is last year. Oklahoma City has not covered their last 3 games, though. Utah, of course, off of a 14-point loss to Lakers. Who do you like?
Yeah, Utah was up at half. They played great the first half, played terrible second half. Of course, that was the return of LeBron James. He played much better as he got a little, minutes up on him, which we kind of expected. It's a lot of points. But remember, Utah lost that first game to Minnesota when they were in the cup by 40. So that point differential for Minnesota is really big. But I think you get a max. I think it's like 25 or something. So, once you get to 25, you can beat them by 40. You don't get any more than that. I like Utah in this spot, though, +16. I think it's just a little too much. Plus, I don't know how much Oklahoma City wants to win this. Like, for a team that's a championship team, you're like, we want to win at the end of the year. Like, we could care less if we're popping bottles in Vegas, in November, or what was that? It's like middle of December. I like the Jazz here. I just think Oklahoma City probably wins by 10, 11, 12 points. And I expect this line to go up because, as you said, they're going to try to win by a big point differential. That's what everybody's thinking. It's tough to do that in the NBA sometimes. Give me Utah at home as a big underdog. They're 6-1 against the spread, by the way, at home this year. So they've been really, really good, Utah at home. Next game, Portland and Golden State. They're in that bracket with all the teams are 1-1. So this game is really important to Golden State. They really needed to get home. They look terrible in Orlando. Cost me one of my top plays this year. Then they come back and the next night, Jimmy Butler returning to Miami, looked just as bad. Now they return home with a day off. They're favored by 7.5 to 237. Does this mean much to the veteran team? That's the question to me. I don't know.
This is a hard game, right? Your Portland lost 121-122 against the Bulls in their last game. And that was a crazy game because Portland made a big comeback near the end, but they fell short. It was a 24-39 fourth quarter, and then they fell short in that contest. You had Grant and Avdija. Both those guys played phenomenally well. You have Golden State here, who comes off a 96-110 loss against Miami. It's their worst offensive output of the year, right? That's going to say something to them. And the fact they put up about 22 points in the fourth quarter. I think the only thing that sort of makes sense to me is the over. You can see Portland as an active dog, kind of bounce back. You can see Golden State trying to get revenge against this team. You can see Golden State not having a good offensive production in the last game. To me, the only thing that sort of makes sense is probably the over. But then again, you look at it and you'll see Horford is supposed to be resting day-to-day. Green, Curry. We don't even know who's going to play in this game. It's the wildest thing.
I did see. I think they're all going to play. Yeah. Horford is the one question mark, but I do think Curry and Green will play.
And I don't even want to take the over because Golden State's last game total was at 235, so it's not unforeseen. And Portland's had games around 244 as well. So I think for me, the only thing that kind of makes sense is, can I really see Portland? But do I really see Golden State losing 3 in a row? No. The last time that happened was against Sacramento and Denver, and then they destroyed Indiana. I think the only way to look at this, and this is a public favorite, I hate to do this, but I'm going to take the Warriors. They have the revenge. They come off back-to-back losses. They're a veteran team. Give me the Warriors with my holding my nose. But yeah.
By the way, when they lost early in the year, they were in a back-to-back. So hold out with a grain of salt when they won.
I know, but it's like definitely the Warriors off back-to-back losses and with revenge, it's going to perk up their ears a little bit. Plus, it's the NBA Cup a little bit too. But yeah, before I forget, 32-12 to start the NBA and college basketball season. 72% on the year in basketball, plus 6,800. I might post plus 20,000 this year between NBA and college basketball. You got to be on both packages. Have a fantastic system that's rolling. One football selection, one football card for me is $99. One for Craig is $99. You're going to get both of ours for this link below for $99, which is an incredible deal. And then YouTube Premium, man, you get an extra video from me every single day. You get about 120 extra selections. It's literally my teaching channel where I teach you how to fish. And, you on top of that, you get a written summary of every single selection so you can read my recap. And if you get Craig's YouTube Premium channel, you get 3 premium selections, which are worth like $90 a day. You get them for $50 a month. And then you also get me for free. Unbelievable deal.
Yeah. Plus, I've been doing some prop parlays, and I'm getting picks from the other cappers that they like props, and we're putting them together in a parlay. So you get that as a bonus in the level 3, FYI, on top of the 3 premium plays from me every day. All right, guys, get in on that. Don't forget, we'll be back again tomorrow. Hit the thumbs up, put in the comments what you like.